Hi, Pearose.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm excited.
You excited?
Yes.
I'm excited to have you here.
Wow.
So I have 3 questions I want to ask you.
Okay.
And the first one is,
Uh-huh.
what is the one thing you have influenced your husband to become?
Well, I have influenced him in so many things and so many ways. But one thing I've influenced my husband is to be a leader.
Wow.
Yes. And because we are working the same thing and, but of course we came from different backgrounds, but today we are leaders.
There is that nature of being quite tough with the people. Then I'm that kind guy, willing to accommodate people and all that. But for her, she used to be a no-nonsense. But now I can see she's able to accommodate people and all that.
Number 2, what was the first gift your wife bought for you and where were you?
The first gift he bought for me, can I remember? Okay. The first gift he bought for me.
A suit from Dubai. So that might not be the very first, but it's one of them, the very first.
Okay, he bought me a gift. It was a t-shirt, but it was oversized. So can I call that a gift?
It is.
Yeah.
He gave it in a
yes,
good motive.
And we were in college.
Wow.
Yes.
Not sure of the very first, but that is the one that I can remember. Yeah, because I didn't used to put on suits, but now by the nature of what we do, you have to be smart.
Yes.
So she had to gift me with a suit. And again, I'm very poor in choosing, like which is the best suit and all that. So that has been her docket all through.
Yeah.
And those are the many surprises she has always done to me.
Wow. Lovely. And the last one.
Yes.
The house is burning.
Mm-hmm.
What are the 3 items your wife will rescue from the house?
The first one is me.
Uh-huh.
I know that one for sure. Then the kids. You said 3 things.
Yes.
Maybe the certificate and the title deeds, I think.
Are we inside the house with the
Yes.
children? Because
Yes.
the first thing she will rescue is the children. Perhaps certificates. The third one would be herself.
Herself.
Yes.
You are not wearing the picture.
She knows that I will be able to take care of myself.
Okay.
I've done it many times, and she trusts that I will be able to rescue myself.
Okay.
And we rescue the children together.
Wow, so children, certificates, and herself.
Yes.
Hello, and good evening. And for those who are not here in our motherland, good afternoon and good morning, depending with where you are watching us from. Yes, it's Friday, and it is in the month of March, where we are doing Marching in Love. And tonight, we are not only doing Marching in Love, we are also doing Marching in Clothes. Manze, this month, after the month of love, February, mapenzi imejaa all over. And this is Couples Real Show. This is where we write down our love when we are alive, for we don't want our love story to be read when we are 6 feet under. Neither do we want our love story to be read when we are gone. My name is Willie Kinyash, and now there they call me the Undisputed. I'm a Dr. Love. And this is Weber TV, the voice of hope. And tonight, we are here to hear another love story of a beautiful and amazing couple. They are the Kariukis. I can assure you, for sure, your expectations will not be cut short. Because this couple, it's a power couple. Hi guys.
Hi, Willie.
Si
Wow.
mnapendeza.
Thank you, thank
Thanks
you.
a million.
My wife, I hope you're watching. This is a couple goal. Yes. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Asante.
And thank you for coming. I feel honored having you here. I know you guys are busy people. And so finding or creating time to come and be with us, it's such an honor. So karibuni sana.
Thank you.
You can say hi to our viewers and introduce yourselves.
Wow, I'll start. Hi, great viewers. I'm excited to be here with Willie. Thank you for inviting us. It's exciting. Such a honor. It's my first time, and so I feel great. So my name is Pearose Kariuki. That's my name. Yes, I am the wife to Kariuki. That's how the name Kariuki's come. And together we have 4 young children. Not young because the firstborn is 13, we have 11, we have 9, and we have 7. Minus 2, minus 2, minus 2.
Hey.
Yeah, we went to college, we did maths and physics. That was
Yes.
our first degree. So we had to apply.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow. Amazing.
thank
Hiyo
you.
mahesabu imeingiana. minus 2, minus 2, minus 2.
Yes, yes,
Wow, lovely.
yes. Yeah, I'm a teacher by profession. I have been teaching in high school, mathematics and physics. Yes, and now I am retired, by the way.
Oh, retired.
But of course they say once a teacher, always a teacher. So
Yes.
I'm still a teacher.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So where are you teaching?
Now today I am an entrepreneur. I retired 10 years ago. Just to go into entrepreneurship, I empower people in business. That's it, and I empower more women. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you can talk more about the business.
Yeah, my business involves dealing with issues or matters that are up right now, and mostly I deal with health. I talk to people about good health, good nutrition, because some 12 years ago I was suffering. I was obese. I was weighing 124 kg. I didn't like it. And so I got into the industry of nutrition and all that. I got to know that and how I can get help. And so I said, why not now help other people after I gained back my health? And today that's what I do. I've been able to do it even globally, and it's really exciting. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And Bazu himself. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Willie. It's really my pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
I admire what you do.
Wow, thank
I've
you.
been following you, and it's my pleasure to be invited here.
Yes.
Yeah, as Pearose has said, it is true, I am her lollipop.
Yes.
Yeah, Kariuki Josphat is my name.
Yes.
I used to also teach the same subjects like her in high school, physics and maths. And of course, physics, maths, it became chemistry, biology. So,
Yay.
in other ones, we married and reproduced.
Hey.
Yeah, then after that, by the way, it's true, I'm the father to the 4 children.
You can confirm that.
Yeah, I confirm that. They say that we should always talk of currently. So currently we have 4.
Oh, currently.
4 issues of marriage or children. So after teaching in high school and I furthered studies, I went to teach in the university here in Nairobi, and I continued furthering studies. But then at one point we realized that we needed to live much better life than we were living as teachers. I'm sure we'll talk more about that.
Yeah.
So we thought we needed to focus on our dreams, and we didn't want to start getting wealthy when we are aged and we don't have energy and time to enjoy the wealth.
Yeah.
So that's how we ventured into business, and in our early 30s we fired our bosses, So, and that contributes a lot to the love. You know, you cannot love each other if you are not together.
Yes, true.
Those years, she could wake up early in the morning, go to her workplace, the same with myself. We meet in the evening.
Yeah.
With all the stresses.
She narrates to me how some teachers stressed her.
Yeah, how some students.
Yes, were indisciplined.
Yeah.
And then I could also give the negative stuff of my workplace.
Yeah.
So you sleep when you are so tired. Now where will love come in that case? Yeah, but then when we started, working together, we had the same house, the same car driving to the office in town, the same office, coming together again in the evening. So we are always together.
Yes.
That's why we have matched the way you see.
You're even twinning.
Exactly.
Yes, we can't help it.
Yes.
Yeah.
How does it feel to work with your spouse? I mean, Monday to Sunday, you're together with this guy.
Woo! Now it feels great, but in the beginning, I was like, my God. You know, you feel like in the beginning, like you don't have that space, you know. But now finally we came to know that we can't do without each other. So when I go out, I feel like, no, there's something missing in me. So it came gradually because after work, our jobs had separated us for so long. And you had my name is Pearose Cherotich, so coming from a different place. Yeah, so we didn't know each other. So at some point now we really trusted God for something that we can do that can bring us together. And so God brought us an opportunity in 2010 and this opportunity has really done so much for us. Wow. So that is where now we are dreaming the same dreams. We actually do the same vision board. When we are drawing our vision board, we draw it together because we are running the same race. So that's what I love about our business and doing the same thing every day. Yeah.
Wow. At what point does it, or how long does it take for people to start wearing like this, twinning?
I think this kind of dressing started with us traveling a lot together. We love lifestyle. You see, we are ready for lifestyle.
I always see you guys
in the beaches of the world.
Yes.
So you are traveling to this country and you want to design the same kind of clothes. Then when we travel, we are buying clothes and we want to match again. And it also feels nice when you are talking to people and you look like you are dressed like someone.
Yes. True.
But you have asked, when does it start? I think it starts when in your mind you decide you want to achieve something. Wow. It starts with the deciding.
Wow.
I will shock you that for us to be this close, we had first to really have huge gaps. Some natural gaps. You see, she has told you I imported her. She's not local. I imported her from Rift Valley.
Yes.
And those are different cultures. Different ways of doing things. Even food, by the way. I remember initially we used to have issues with the food because she wasn't used to the food that I was used to.
Yeah. And you can sleep with githeri. I mean,
no,
that's a snack.
How?
Our place is a snack.
Githeri is a snack.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And then
mursik.
Yes.
Now you won't believe the way I would take the mursik, but initially I couldn't swallow. But then you get
what kind of thing is this?
Yes. But then I got used to it. She also taught me how to cook ugali. If you want the right way to be cooked, then she will do a very good job. Yeah. So we had that diverse cultures. But then I think it also worked for us because we started understanding that if it has to work, it's up to us. Many people, when they have issues, they go out to get solutions.
Yes.
But that only exaggerates and compounds the problems. But then we realize that if we can be reasoning together, we sit down and we talk, then things will work.
Yeah.
So such that even being here now with this kind of an attire, it was an agreement.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to remove what I had put on
In the morning.
Wow.
I
and
told
you have
him,
this
no, we
one.
have to go
Yes.
with this.
It's about
My dear.
agreeing.
Yes.
Exactly.
My friend, we've come from far.
Yeah.
I had to
goodness.
throw away some shoes. I remember one shoe I used to have. When I was still having a challenge with cash flow, I bought one big shoe,
Yes.
such that it can survive any weather. and in case I
Test of time.
test of time.
Yes.
And in case I grow bigger, I don't have
Yes.
to buy
You
another
are
one.
safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then she
Yeah, ni
asked
ukweli.
me to throw away that. You see.
Yes.
So everything has to be on agreement.
Sure.
And then we also born again. So we know that Christ plays a very big role.
Yeah.
He's the CEO of our
Yes.
marriage. Yes.
And even in fellowship, we started different. I remember initially she had to be keen on whether this guy is really born again, because I was going to a different church than herself. But then we had to agree on all these things.
Wow.
So I tell people it's okay to disagree, then you agree.
Yes.
Exactly.
Other than agree and disagree forever. So that's how it started.
Let me ask.
Yes.
What mostly helped you to come now into that common agreement?
It's the problems we had versus the dreams we wanted to achieve.
Wow.
Man, you know,
So the problems and the dreams,
Yeah.
yes, they played a big role.
Yeah.
you see, if you are chased by something and you are running for something, that determines the speed with which you run.
Yes.
So for us to start the journey to where we are, we realized that we were really struggling financially and in many other aspects. So we even started evaluating what we were doing then and asked ourselves, if we continue doing what we are doing today, will we achieve the dreams we want to achieve? Like now, for example, myself, you see, as a scholar, what happens is that many people pursue education and then they become like objects or machines of working like donkeys, and they don't even have time to live.
Yeah.
So for us, we realized that we need to live than go through life without
Living.
Fortunately, she's a dreamer like myself.
Yes.
Men, we have big dreams. So we sit down and we engage in a meeting, the two of us, to agree on what we want to do. So I remember 10 years ago, we were struggling to pay rent. We were struggling. We were still using Route 11, walking.
Yes.
Carrying children, some here, others,
Yeah.
and all that.
For kids.
Yeah, that time we had two.
Uh-huh.
In our first 6 years of marriage, we had 4 children. Don't ask how.
Yeah?
Yes. And so we decided, let's sit down and we agree, how are we going to achieve these dreams? So now we started thinking of business. And then, of course, not every business will make sense. I was still busy in the university. She was busy with the TSC. So we needed a business that we can be able to do without us being there.
Yeah.
The truth to it, what you can perceive and conceive in your mind, you can achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how we've been able to really achieve too much within a short time. And the rest is history.
Wow. So where did karaoke meet chariot?
Cherotich. Oh my
So
God.
you know that they have meanings.
I'm sorry.
They have
I know.
meanings.
Yes.
They have meanings. Like Cherotich, just to show you that I know. Cherotich means born in the evening, when the cows are coming back. You see.
That is
Cherotich. Cheruyot.
It's when people are asleep. No.
You see. So, okay.
Yeah.
So now you asked where we met.
Yes, where did karaoke meet this girl from Rift Valley?
I think she should tell us.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Every time I ask that question in this show,
Yes.
I always get different versions.
Yes.
Let's hear your version, and then maybe we can hear his version.
Wow. So here I am. I have been admitted to Kenyatta University. I'm a first year. I was doing education, physics, maths. I'd also come to do the same. So we were both stroke 01. And so we go to a physics, a maths, it was a maths class, mathematics class. And there's this lecturer who says that the books are not enough, the textbooks that we were using, the course books, you have to share. So I happened to share with a guy called Jose. And it was actually the first 2 weeks into joining campus. So this Jose, I am sharing the book, tells me he lives in room 48. So I will go for the book once he's through with the book. So so after one day I went for the book. So going to room 48, I find I don't find Jose, I find the roommate.
Josphat.
No. The roommate. That was a different person.
Jumping before the
Yes. So this roommate tells me, I asked him for Jose, and he says, Jose is in room 50. He has gone to see a friend in room 50. So the friend Jose has gone to see is not Josphat, but Josphat's roommate. So I landed in room 50, going to look for the book.
Yeah.
So when I went, those two friends had left. So Josphat is there. Alone. And funny, he was cooking uji. So I knock the door and he opens. I see this guy is cooking uji. I can't see Jose. Okay, it's only one person there seated on the bed and cooking uji. And so I ask him, hi, where is Jose? Can I see? Then he's like, no, madam, why can't you just introduce yourself first? I'm like, okay, please just tell me. I'm told Jose from room 48 has come here. He's like, okay, he has left. They have left with my roommate. So can you wait for this uji I cook, we drink? And I was like, no. Can you tell, my name is Josphat. Can you tell me your name? I said, no.
Hey.
Yeah, and then I see the way he's even corroborating the uji. This guy does not know anything. And I'm like, hey, this is the uji he's telling me to. So I now decided, I just flew away like, I just like banged the door and left. Yes. The guy was left there. So imagine the following day we are going for a lecture. And the lectures when we were first years were really full. You are waiting for the others from that class, from the room to leave so that you can enter. So you have to go early so that you can find a seat. We were so many. So I go early. I'm waiting. We are waiting for the others to exit so that we can enter. Then I see the guy. Now him. I'm like, hey, that guy. I think I saw him yesterday. Then he's like, he waved at me. Hi. And from the other side, now there were flowers in between. I didn't wave back. Nilimwangalia tu hivi. I'm like, hey. We went to class, we finished, we were so many. The following day, the same thing. The same class, a mathematics class. We're in the same class. I'm like, then he came now close and said, hi. I said, I didn't even speak. Yeah, of course it went like that. I think the third time now is when we even shook hands. And yeah.
The rest is
history.
Yeah, I told her what I was feeling.
Right there.
Yes.
No.
Of course, you don't go directly, but you know what you want. And you know, sometimes you have to ask. And don't give up.
Yes.
By the way, before then, I knew it's about gospel and studies, nothing else.
Gospel and studies.
Yeah, nothing else.
Yes.
You know, you don't want to be spoiled by girls in the university. So I knew I should.
But I spoiled you.
No. So that's not what I had in mind. But then when she came across the way she has narrated, I had to bend the principles. And so I felt like this is where my heart is going.
Yeah.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Yeah. So she told me she wanted to pray about it. And I was wondering.
Now you sasa, we are in second year now. Yeah. By the way, we were so, I mean me, I was so, you know, away. I didn't want to talk to him, especially when I heard the name. Oh,
Kariuki.
hey!
Hey!
She has a whole story about that. She was told by parents, when you go to the university, of all the things you must take care of,
yes,
please avoid cukes.
Yes.
Those people kill. Yes. They steal.
They steal.
You know? So and it's true, by the way, they steal, because I ended up stealing her.
Oh
So
my
that was a good
God.
advice.
It was really interesting, by the way. It was interesting. In fact, before then he started, we were booking seats for each other.
Wow.
When we enter, because people were really flocking the front. And I always wanted him to sit with me. You know, now that car.
Yes.
Ka-
that
ka-
guy.
I was also
Magnet.
very
It's like
good in. I was
chemistry.
also very good in mathematics and
Physics.
physics. I was very good in physics.
But me, mathematics more.
Yeah.
So what happened, there is a time we were put in a discussion group. Then we are 10. And whenever a hard question comes, the guy is like, Pearose knows that one. Pearose atuambie hiyo. So he's like, why is he mentioning my name all this? I mean,
Yes.
so we started booking seats, and sometime in second year, I booked the seat. Imagine, and there are people standing, and the guy never appeared in the
Oh,
hall.
no.
The whole lesson, 1 hour,
Uh-huh.
the guys are standing, and they were so bitter. And a friend of his said, oh, he said you can pass by his place, so that he's unwell. So kumbe alikuwa anapanga mistari. Yeah,
No,
that is
I
that is why he missed the class.
Yeah, he missed.
Yeah,
he
I
missed
was-
the class to have them.
No, I was sick. I was sick for sure. I was sick. You know, there are some good diseases of the heart. I was sick, so I knew I would concentrate in class. Why not
So
wait for?
when I went to the room,
Uh-huh.
the guy said, this, you know, kuna Pearose, my sister, actually alikuwa ananiita sister, so unajua sister brother.
Yeah.
So he's like my sister, yani naona there's someone ukipenda mtu unafaa kumwambia aje. So mimi nashindwa, what kind of a question is this? So nikamwambia, you pray about it my brother. I'm like, okay, where is this question heading? So he's like, now it is you. I was like, so I had the courage. I had to really have the courage, and I said, okay, I'll give you feedback. The guy said, no, it's now or now. You just have to give me
Now
feedback.
or now?
Yeah, nikaona atakufa. So
I want yes or no.
yeah, yes or no.
Yes.
I'm like, what do you mean? No. It's like now. Okay.
You know, these things, they don't have rehearsals. You know, there's no rehearsal.
Yes.
And if you allow it to just pass, you don't know whether that is the end.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how I would handle a no. So I was prepared for a yes.
For a
or
yes. For you, it was a yes or a yes.
Yes.
Nothing like no.
Yes.
And
You are not a negative guy.
I'm a man
this
of
guy.
faith.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
he's
know
a man of
nothing
faith.
like being
No, I
defeated.
don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been great. For sure, after second... Why, unfortunately, my God, 2 weeks down the line after saying yes, there was a strike. We were so stressed. I mean, now there is a strike, we have to go home indefinitely. And I just got a new boyfriend. Oh God. I was like, and then I didn't have a phone, but he had a phone. So I have a neighbor about a kilometer away. So I gave him the number of my neighbor, a kilometer away.
Yes.
So he would call the guy all the way now from Kirinyaga, call the guy would come home
1 kilometer.
1 kilometer, come and tell me this guy wants to talk to you. Oh my God.
Yes.
Then we would talk, then I returned the phone. It went like that until we came back. So, yeah.
The strike took how long?
It took like almost 2 months.
Oh, 2 months.
Yeah,
Oh.
we stayed home for 2
I
months.
suffered.
And actually during the strike, it so happened that the students, we had gone to the administration block. And so they had called the GSU people. And you know, they can be tough. So they came and they found us, and you know, the admin is surrounded. Walls are very high. So my goodness, tumepatikana pale ndani, and we can't run away. Can you imagine now we have to climb, and we are so many, but the GSU, they have come in a lorry. So they are coming to now beat all the students, do all those things. And I'm telling you, this guy, he just held my hand.
This is why he was saying
Eh.
that he saved you.
Yes.
He saved me. Imagine alinipandisha huko juu mbali. Sasa he came and said, now I had to climb on him here, up there. then I had to now jump the other side.
Yeah.
Very high. Even if I took you there now, you would wonder, how did it happen? Then he came. Of course, I left one of my shoes inside and I had to go home without one shoe. So I was like, when I went away, I said, wow. So he has started defending me this early.
Yes.
Yeah, so I already saw the future in him.
Wow. Wow.
I saw the future is very bright with this one. If he has done this, because most of the students were really, they were beaten very badly. Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I did not only save her there, which up to now she believes was miraculous. Do you know, when you value something, you take care of it.
Yes.
I mean, you
Yes.
risk your life. So I risked and I helped her to escape. Then I ran with her from KU to Githurai. Running.
You to get right.
And you
Yeah.
know, the GSU are coming, beating everyone. And I had to make sure that she runs at my speed. So it was not that easy, but then I got so much of bonga points.
Yeah.
At that moment, she had no option now than to follow.
Oh, there was no option here.
Yes.
How can you say no to
Yeah,
such a man?
you can't.
How
You
on
can't. I mean, yeah.
Not
so-
unless you don't have feelings.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
Wow.
of course, there was that fear within me that now from this culture, how will I introduce him to my parents? People out there, you know, tribalism, all that. But I loved him, but now I was so fearful. How will I ever tell my people? They wouldn't even agree. And for sure they didn't.
So how did you break those news to your parents?
Hers was tough. Let's start with mine, which was very easy. You know, for me, I was really also sweating because I didn't know how to tell my parents that I'm marrying someone, a lady, from that far.
Yes.
Yeah, that time I remember even the Kikuyus and Kalenjins were not that close.
Yes.
So it was really tough. But what is so amazing, I gathered courage and I told my dad.
Did you tell or you wrote a letter?
Okay. I told him in form of
Yes, you couldn't face the dad.
Your father.
Yes.
You couldn't face him.
Yes, because I was not sure how he will take it.
Yes.
So I drafted a letter. And so I sneaked it in
And went to the shamba, eh?
yeah, and I
He ran away.
ran away.
So you
that-
have
Let him be reading.
Yes.
left it there.
Yes.
And then you.
And I disappeared. Yes. Just in case he wants to kill somebody. So now he ran the letter anyway, and surprisingly, he told me, if that is where God has taken you, then it's all
okay.
right. I was like, people fear things that should not be feared.
Yes.
I felt like doing it again. Now I'm not writing.
By telling him.
You know?
Yeah.
And that is where it started. But now the most difficult part was breaking the news to her parents. Oh my.
How was it?
Remember, I'm coming to KU and they are telling me if there is anyone you should relate.
You should avoid
Yes.
people
Except.
from Mount Kenya.
Exactly. You know, it so happens that my dad was affected in 1992 clashes in Molo, those sides. And so, you know, that rift became very, And then their culture too. Now our culture, I mean,
Yes,
the Kikuyu culture, how they do things like, you know, they bury the dead, how they do those things, it never impresses our people. Yeah, so somehow there was that rift. So it became a problem because when I was now in second year, third year, as we related, I used to tell my sisters, my brothers. So the word now went to my parents, and my mom was so stressed. So my mom came for a graduation when I was a third year for a neighbor at home. And that is the time I took to introduce Josphat. And you know what? She went home. Since 1998, she had high blood pressure, but it was managed. Her pressure shot.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, she was just washing utensils in the morning now after they came back from Nairobi. And then she was just talking like, my child is now gone. Oh, my gosh.
She's
and
lost.
she fainted.
Oh,
Her pressure went up. So that scared me most, because now how do you go telling these people who you know they are so negative? So when it reached the time we had now graduated, I went through my auntie. I told my auntie, please go and tell him. So my auntie, who is a cousin to my dad, said, that's simple. I'm just going to tell him. It's so simple. You are of age anyway. My auntie went, and she's younger than my dad. Oh my gosh, she got a slap.
Eh?
Yes.
Your auntie?
Yes, from my dad. And he said, I don't want to hear anything like that. Siwezi somesha mtoto akuje sasa aende apote. So I got so scared. I didn't. Yeah.
Getting married to a Kikuyu, hiyo ni kupotea.
Kabisa. So it became very tough. I couldn't tell him, so it was really hard. Now coming to the time we are ready for each other. We are like, now we need to go and tell them. Oh, I just said there's a visitor coming. And my dad said, never. And that time I was already working. I was already teaching. I was working like a TSC teacher in Thika. So when I went home telling my parents, and I said, he's coming now to really, and he was actually to come with a friend of his. But my dad said, never. I don't want to hear that. Let him not come here. Thank God my grandfather was a policeman. Kitambo. And he used to work in Nairobi. He befriended these people. And so he said, no, she should be allowed. My grandmother too. They know not much. They don't know much, but they were like, no, it's good. Actually, my grandfather said when he was a police officer, he was really assisted by Kikuyus. Okay. But my dad could not hear anything. So Josphat, I told him, please don't come. I actually had to travel to Nairobi. Nikakuja nikamwambia Aki, usijaribu kukuja. Mshale inakungoja. Hey! So the guy said, wacha nikuje, wacha nikufe, hakuna shida. He was willing to die.
Were going, I remember we were walking, looking.
But you came alone now.
Yeah,
we agreed he doesn't have to come with someone, because that is embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, his friends would say.
But I knew I must receive mishale kadhaa. So I was so scared. I was
looking around.
Mbwa kwa bush. Because you know now mishale dioyo. But then I decided, a man will die once.
Yeah.
So we got that.
So we didn't go home. We actually went to my grandmother. We had lunch there. And my grandmother was very happy. We went home. And my dad, I remember he was eating chapati like this. Kufuruta hivi. And he saw him. And he talked in my language and said, no. I said, no. Now, I didn't want to tell him. And my aunties came, they are trying to persuade him, and my mom now is also negative. So it became a whole process. So after that, he went to sleep with my cousin. And one thing that really struck, even to date, my cousin he got shocked. When the guy went, I had decided, now, I actually told my dad, now it is over you and me. Yeah, so I'm going, I work in Thika, I will never come back. Don't wait for in-laws anymore or even grandchildren, because now unakataa mtu amekuja tu kwa nyumba kuomba. Wengi wanaenda and they come with children and you have to accept without any choice. And now this one has come clean. So I'm sorry, I will not come to your house. I went to sleep. And in fact, I think for the years I have lived, I have never gotten sweet sleep. Peaceful, I slept like a baby.
Wow.
Now, at 5, my sister, I have a very small sister who was like maybe 6 years old. So she used to sleep with the parents that time. So she knocked the door where we were sleeping and she said, Dad is calling you. So I knew my dad, because he had been telling me all the time, hata nitakunywa sumu. Hey, I knew he's now, amekunywa sumu and he wants to die. I just woke up.
He was threatening to kill himself.
Yeah. So I went there, I sat now, where in the room he was, and we sat down. And he was very calm, by the way. And he said, in my heart, I release you, my daughter. Oh my God. I looked at him, I'm like, I was coming for bad news. So this sleep that I slept so peacefully, I really yearn for the day I will sleep like that again. He said, my daughter, I release you. Now, in our culture, when children are born, they have to sneeze. That sneezing, the first sneeze is very important. That first sneeze is very important. There is it symbolizes so many things. So he actually used that sneeze and said, if when you were sneezing, the sneezing was facing Mount Kenya, I release you.
Wow.
Na hiyo ni mambo ya Mungu, and that was it.
Wow.
Now when this guy went to sleep, I told him, when you go sleep, when you wake up, you disappear. Don't even come back here. So he went to, he didn't sleep. Kumbe the guy went to pray. Yes. My cousin is shocked up to today. They are supposed to sleep in the same bed. He knelt down and prayed the whole night.
So when your dad in the morning is releasing you, it is prayers that
it is his prayers. Prayers work. I'm telling you, we belong to God. Me usemanga, because I had now given up, I had said, now this guy, I even, at some point I tried to tell him we elope. He refused. He said, we need their blessings. And that's what I really thank God for. Wow. Because finally, hey, in that morning, my dad released us. So he said, call him, give him a call and tell him to come home. So when he came home, I called him and I said, wow, you can't believe the news. He has said yes. So he comes. By reaching like the gate, you know, there was no real gate, you know, there is that, now the road.
Yes.
My dad went for him.
Wow.
Then they come, they sat, my dad now talked to him for the first time, and then he told him, get out your ID. So, unajua bado lazima akue tu.
Yeah, because she's going to a foreign land. So for the sake of security,
he needs to get the details of the ID.
My details.
Well,
so
he had to give out the ID, and now it's now equivalent to photocopying.
Yes.
He took a book and a pen and wrote everything in the
All
ID from Kirinyaga, whatever. That time it was Kerugoya district, Sijui sub-location, those ones in the ID. Then even went behind and wrote the back side of his paper. So that in case the daughter, disappears, he knows where to trace.
Wow.
It was really interesting.
Josphat. So that night, when you went,
yes,
and the father have said no.
Yes.
What was in your mind?
You know, I must admit that the way I was brought up, I grew in very deep faith, and that is what I was also preaching, that prayers can change anything and all that. So, in my heart, I knew God would do something. And when you hear that I prayed the whole night, actually I can't even feel like it was the whole night, because I was in a serious prayer. And well, I was also ready in case things don't work, then God should help me to handle that.
Yes.
But you know, when you believe in something and you don't have any doubt, it works.
Yeah.
So I think the investment, let me call it, that I had done in growing deep in faith really bore fruits.
Oh yeah.
And so I was able to get a wife like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why I
actually
value.
the same morning when he said yes, we called his parents and there was this,
Haraka.
and we set the date. Everything just went moving. That was in
very
January,
morning,
2nd of January, and they came on February 20 something. When I went to school, when we are in the staff meeting, they are saying midterm is this date, and I see the date that we set for the Wazes to come is the same date they have put for midterm.
Wow.
Yeah, May they came now, they paid the dowry, and on 11th of August 2007, that is when we walked down the aisle.
Josphat, you have the morning has come.
Yes.
Your wife, then your girlfriend,
Yes.
is calling you and saying, you can't believe what my dad is saying.
Yes.
When the news were given to you by her,
Yes.
how did you feel?
Oh my, that is when you speak in tongues.
Rakata.
Yes, I was so excited. By the way, I literally worshipped God. I was so excited, and it elevated my faith higher. And I knew for sure it was the plan of God.
Sure.
You know, sometimes you are not so sure of is it you or is it the will of God. But that confirmed that she was meant for me. I even told her, you only came to KU to meet me.
I didn't go to
You
to
know,
study.
no, not really
So
for
ma-
degrees. You know, it was God's plan. So I was very excited. I really appreciated, and that's why I moved very fast. Of course, you don't want to waste any time. I'm a man of speed.
Yes.
I told you in our first 6 years we had 4 children.
Yeah.
You know, if you are not fast in life, you miss out on many things. So that was the feeling.
Yes.
Total excitement. Also very anxious, of course, because you don't know what next. You know, we do things very differently. Paying dowry is very different. For them, they
need
do
cows.
head count.
Cows, walking
Cows,
ones.
Yes.
So we had to
More.
agree.
You have to bring more.
Yeah.
So now the stress of how will we bring all the cows
From
and goats
Kirinyaga
from Kirinyaga to
Rift
Kericho,
Valley.
you know, via Nyeri.
Yes.
We couldn't really get that one in our hands. But then fortunately, they were also very flexible that we can monetize the whole thing.
Sure.
Yeah. By the way, God favored me so much that they didn't stick to
Their
culture so much. You know, that is how God works.
Yeah.
They reinvent so much of the cultures. And
But they made sure the money buys the cows.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
for sure.
So
yeah.
they did that.
They
from
had
cows to money, money to cows. So they still finally took the cows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how was the dating like then the courtship?
The only thing I remember is that because of the distance and all that, it wasn't very easy. Remember, you have to talk over the phone, where you have to wait.
By then, where are you posted?
For
was
me,
in
I was still in
Nairobi.
Nairobi.
And
For her,
I was in
first
Kericho.
Kericho, and then much later is when she
Went
came
to
to
Thika.
Thika.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that from Nairobi to Kericho, and you are told that your girlfriend is sick, man, the journey to Kericho is not. And these are the costs.
And you're working.
Yes, and you are working. These are the costs that finally bound you together very closely, because you attach more value to that which has costed you time and money and everything.
Exactly. Actually, there is a time when I was on teaching practice. I did it in Kericho, a school in Kericho, and this teaching practice, at some point I got very sick. I was anemic. So my blood levels went down, so I fainted actually in school. I was taken and admitted in a private hospital in Kericho town. And this guy came the whole night, coming in the morning, and I had not woken up. When he reached the door, my mom can tell you, I mean, they got shocked until they were like, kwani amemweka dawa? Because when he arrived is when I woke up. I actually opened my eyes when he was coming in. I didn't know even that he traveled. They were talking with my sister. So it was
I
really
arrived
and I woke up. That was a real confirmation.
Wow.
Yeah, but of course, again, the church background, the way he's brought up, like for him, me, I was serving in the CU in KU. I was head of ushers. And this guy is not coming to see you. So I was like, so he was going to church in Githurai. So actually at some point I really wanted to be sure. I told him, now I need to see your church. So I had to sacrifice one day, not going to see you, to go to their church. And I was so impressed the way they were talking. Those guys are so nice. The message, it really penetrated. And I told him, wow. This is where I want us to be. And that's where we are. And we are so happy because we've been able to grow in faith through the same. But of course, we did all that. We did the wedding. That was 2007. And if you can remember very well, 2007. Okay, what happened?
Yes.
There was post-election.
Yes.
So I would say it really affected us. Yeah. Of course, you know, the fights and everything. So I was really scared. At some point, I wanted to go back. I was like, no. because somehow my parents were being threatened, those things. But I thank God because we came out of it.
Wow.
You know, it wasn't very easy because you are in the house.
And you just got
together.
married, yeah?
You just gotten married, we are in the house and you are seeing Kikuyus and Kalenjins fighting. And there you are seated, Kikuyu and Kalenjin. And, you know, really, and there is pressure also from her parents and her people. You run away. You know, now surely she runs away, I'm left wifeless. Yes. It wasn't very easy.
It wasn't very easy.
But then I really thank God that we decided to stick together.
Yes.
And they say in good times and in bad times, you know, all that. But really there is that time when the reality hits.
Yes.
And you have to walk the talk.
Yes.
You know?
Wow.
So you now have to do what you have always said should be done.
Yes.
Yeah. So we survived that season, and here we are.
Wow. And I'm told that our time is up.
Yes.
But we must do the second episode. Now we need to see how the journey has been in the marriage and some of the challenges you've gone through in your marriage and how you've been able to overcome them. So next Friday, we must do it.
Wow.
And so they are here. And next Friday, they will be here. We must continue with this story because it's a story that haiwezi achwa inahang. So thank you very much. And we are continuing with this story next Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Our viewers, we are grateful that you joined us. Usikasirike, this story will continue next week. This is Couples Week Show, and this is where we write down our love will while we are alive, for we don't want our love story to be read when we are 6 feet under, neither do we want our love story to be read when we are gone. I was hosting the Kariukis, and next Friday they will be explaining to us how their journey has been. See you on Friday. My name is Willie Kinyash, the undisputed. I'm a Dr. Love, and this is Wema TV, the voice of hope. For now, it is a good night. God bless you, and God bless your marriage.